time, cover one eye. Okay. Now, show them first the side. This is the Jaeger chart. Show them the side that has the bigger font. Okay. Can you read that number 7? No. Bring it
Can't
close.
read anything.
No?
I'm blind.
Okay. So no?
No.
Right. So if they cannot read number 7, you do not need to flip it over because there's nothing to see. Can you read this one?
No.
At the bottom. Okay, so that means she really has, very severe myopia. Okay.
I'm embarrassed. Now you know my secret.
Nah, that's not anything
I
wrong.
think that's all of us.
It's not presbyopia though. Okay,
I know.
next. You have the third component of the optic nerve, which is on peripheral vision. So for peripheral vision, face me, okay, cover one eye, and you cover the opposite eye. So she's covering her right, I will cover my left. Now just look straight ahead. Okay. When you see my wiggling fingers come into your field of vision, say now. Don't move the head. Just keep looking at me. Okay?
Now.
Superior is?
50.
Now.
Temporal is?
70.
90.
60.
Now.
Nasal is?
60.
60.
Now.
Inferior is?
70.
70. So when you perform this, you need to mention the different angles.
Oh, okay.
Alright? So you don't say 50, what is that? So you have to tell me superior is 50, temporal is 90, nasal is 60, inferior is 70. Okay. Like I said earlier in class, if you think you only have 20 minutes to do all this, okay, if you don't think you will be able to finish all the skills in a 20-minute period, you can opt to just check one eye, okay, but please do not confuse yourself, because like I said, because there's some students who get confused when they're only doing one side, okay, but normally we have to test the other eye, okay, so that's for the peripheral or confrontation test. Next, we do cranial nerve 3, oculomotor by itself, so that will be for the pupillary light reflex. Okay, this you need to do both because you need to assess the consensual on both. Okay, so again, light will be dimmed a little. Okay, just look straight ahead. Observe now for constriction. I shine the light on the left pupil, observing for constriction of the left. I shine the light on the left eye, observe constriction of the right pupil. That's consensual or indirect. Okay, again, shine the light on the right eye, observing for constriction of the right pupil, direct. I shine the light on the right eye, observing for constriction of the left pupil, consensual or indirect. And then you have accommodation. Okay, follow the light. I'll bring it closer. Shine the light on the bridge of the nose. Observe now for convergence as well as constriction. Okay, did you see the eyes moving? Okay. Next, we have now cranial nerves 3, 4, and 6. Okay, so this time, okay, do face me a little. All right. So without moving the head, follow this pen light. Okay. All right. So these are the 6 cardinal fields of gaze. Okay. Next, we have cranial nerve 5 trigeminal. So for trigeminal nerve, the first, there are 2 arms. You have the sensory and the motor component. Okay, so for the sensory component of the trigeminal nerve, one of the tests will be to stimulate the cornea for the blink reflex. We did that earlier, so I will not repeat it. Okay, so you just say that was performed earlier we elicited the blink reflex. Okay. Next, we have also what they call this, the sharp against dull, but this time limited to the face. Okay. So close your eyes. So again, Kip, this is dull, and this is sharp. Okay, now I will apply either of these stimuli on the face. Tell me if it's sharp or dull, and point to where you feel it. All good?
Dull. Dull.
Sharp. Okay. Any place within the face, of course, do not poke the eyes. Okay. So that's for the sharp versus dull. And then the third, oh, sorry, not the third, but for the motor component of the trigeminal, okay, can you please clench your teeth? Okay. Palpate now the masseter. Okay, the masseter will be here, just a little anterior to the earlobe. Okay, so you should feel the contraction or the clenching of the masseter. Okay, next we have cranial nerve 7. You have facial, and facial again has a sensory and motor component. So for the sensory component, okay, that is to test the anterior 2/3 of the thumb. Okay.
Walk away. I didn't have a coffee. Shot.
Next time I'll bring a shot. Okay, so turn around, close your eyes. Now hold this under your chin, so you don't wet your uniform. You have to tilt your head a little. Okay, and then you stick out your tongue. For the facial sensory component, anterior 2/3 of the tongue. So you'll need to apply certain solutions. Okay, I made the solutions. These are freshly prepared. Okay. Okay. So tilt your head a little. Okay. You can taste it now.
I like it. Salty.
Okay. Here. You have to drink some water. Okay. So you have to test at least 2 different substances. Now, in between, you need to give your patient water to sip to rinse the mouth from the previous solution. Okay. Next, we have, once again, the head. Nothing nasty, promise.
That one at least.
It's something sweet.
Okay.
Don't trust it. What was that?
Yeah, it is sweet. Okay, so that's for the anterior 2/3 of the tongue. Sweet.
Was it gluten free?
Okay, next, you have now the motor component. Okay, so we ask our patient, can you please smile at them? Okay, frown or pout? Okay, raise your eyebrows. Okay. Puff your cheeks and close eyes tight. Okay, so these are the different facial expressions.
Does it have to be in that order?
As long as you don't miss any.
Oh, we have to say all of them?
Of course. Why would I mention it if I don't expect it? What? Pout the cheeks?
Can't do that one.
Puff the cheeks.
Close eyes tightly.
Prom.
Smile.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Smile.
Smile.
Oh, 6.
So frown, raise the eyebrows.
Six.
Close eyes tightly.
puffed cheeks, and close eyes tightly. Okay, next. You have cranial nerve 8. So you have here acoustic. So for acoustic, there are again 3 tests. So the first one, okay, is the gross hearing test. So I will stand behind the patient. So kid, can you please put your index finger inside your right? Okay, the right ear, wiggle, 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 wiggle. And whisper 3 unrelated words. Okay, to the ear that's open. Can you repeat?
Red tiger booger.
Okay, that only drunk a little. There's difficulty with the hearing. Okay.
Shooting ear.
Okay, next, let's do that on the left ear now. Okay.
Blue pet shoes.
Okay, so you have gross hearing test. Next, you have now the Weber test or lateralization of sound.
Is the first one.
Okay, so this time, okay, so
so
can you tell me if you hear the vibrations equally on both ears? All right?
I think I do.
Okay. Yes. All right, next, you have the Rhine test. So for the Rhine test, I will strike this, put it behind your ear, kid. When you don't hear the vibrations anymore, say now. I will put it in front of the ear. When you don't hear it, say now. Good. So when you put it behind the ear, time it. When she says now and you put it in front of the ear, time it again. Okay. Ready?
No. No.
Okay. So you have 20 here and you have 42 for the ear. Okay. So normal.
Air conduction would be 2 times.
So it's normal. Okay. So you have the right 42. 42. Okay. So you have now glossopharyngeal. For the glossopharyngeal, again, you have a sensory and a motor component. So for the sensory, again, this time we need to test the posterior third of the tongue. Okay. So tilt your head a little. Okay. Stick out the tongue. Okay. And close your eyes. Stick out your tongue. Okay. Taste it.
That's sour.
Okay. And then we do the second solution. Choose any.
That's right.
Mhm.
Wait. And one more pocket.
All right, so that's for the glossopharyngeal sensory component. We do the motor, and like I said, the glossopharyngeal motor is the same, or it works hand in hand with the vagus nerve. So this time, okay, we ask the patient, okay, you need your pen light here. You cannot assess the without the pen light. You will not be able to see the back of the throat. Okay, so good. Okay, so you'll see the upward deviation of the uvula. Now for the gag reflex, pretend I am stimulating the gag. Okay. Good work. Okay. So you have the gag reflex as well as the A. That is for glossopharyngeal, motor, and vagus. Now we do the spinal accessory. Okay. This one again, trapezius. Can you shrug your shoulders?
They're combined.
Okay. So this is for the trapezius. Okay, good work. And then for the sternocleidomastoid, again the movements, chin to chest, please. Flexion, please resist. Okay, good. Now head at the midline again. All right, that's extension. Now please look at the ceiling. Hyperextension. Keep it hyperextended. Resist. Okay, good. Back at the midline. Now can you bring your right ear to your right shoulder without moving the shoulder? Lateral flexion or lateral bending. Okay, good. And then this time, can you turn your head to the right? Okay, and then to the left. Okay, rotation, and again assess muscle strength. Okay, so that's for cranial nerve 11. And then the last is the hypoglossal. This time, can you please touch the roof of your mouth with your tongue? Okay, and then bring your tongue, move your tongue sideways. Okay, push against this tongue blade. Good. This one, perfect. Hypoglossal. All right, so these are the cranial nerves. Questions? Easy, right? Good. Long, but it's there's a lot of skills. So as long as you practice, like I said, you can keep it down
It's
to
a
less than
combination of all. I mean, combination of all
the other, yeah, the previous assessments plus a little more with regards to
Cerebellar.
movement. Okay, no questions? Okay, you can practice